Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring Necrobiotic. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this role-playing game, where casualties are high, birds are low, and the dead are being mechanized, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the face cards. Jack, Queen, and King characterize the character, giving them personal and sometimes unique traits. During character creation, each player will choose a Jack or Queen face card. They can select it from the lists in this section, or create their own with the mechanized. Having chosen the face card for their character, they will write it on their character sheet, reporting the suit, the numerical value assigned by the mechanist, and a brief description. It is then added to their deck. From that moment, the face card will become a card like all the others. You do not need to have the face card in your hand or to play it to use its benefits. It is always a part of your character. If you want to create a face card from scratch, remember that the more powerful and influential the trait gained by the character is, the lower its numerical value must be. The suit of the face card should reflect the characteristic to which it is linked. If there are already identical cards of the same suit in the player's deck, the trait must be reformulated. Two identical cards cannot exist in the deck. In the case of face cards and their meaning, concerning the Jack, it represents acquired knowledge, training, and studious discipline. A Jack is something particularly complex and specific that the character has learned to do over the course of their life. To understand, knowing how to operate surgically, treat wounds, or administer psychiatric drugs is the expression of advanced medical skills, but being able to reconstruct an entire brain lobe taken away from the bolt of a crossbow, minimizing damage to functionality and preserving memory to the maximum degree of the patient, is something you can only hope to access if your character has the neurosurgeon Jack. Next we have the Queen cards. The innate abilities, talents, or natural gifts which the character is endowed with from birth, or which they felt awaken within themselves at a certain point in their existence. These are the Queen cards. They push the realm of what is humanly possible, the physical or mental traits that are completely out of the ordinary. To be clear, resisting fatigue, sleep, heat, and cold with constancy and tenacity can mean being trained in the resistance skill, and perhaps having strengthened it with an upgrade. It is another thing to be able to eat a steak that has been sitting out raw for 3 days, clearly spoiled, and leave the meal feeling refreshed and reinvigorated. Concerning the King, it represents serious hindrances. They may be mental disorders, such as obsessions or phobias, physical ailments, such as lameness or mutilation, or social issues, such as severe stuttering, pathological shyness, or agoraphobia. No player is required to have kings. If they choose to have one in the creation phase, they add it to the deck. The king has no value. When drawn, it is immediately discarded and replaced in the hand with a new card drawn from the deck. In the time of the current scene, the player will have to interpret the flaw in a way that objectively puts their character in a difficult situation. In case they don't or choose not to, they will suffer a trauma in the characteristic of the king's suit. However, deciding to put a king in your deck provides a significant advantage. It allows the player to receive another face card of their choice, Jack or Queen. Let me give you some examples of these cards. In the category of Jack, we have Navigated. You have treasured every single experience in your life, and it's not easy to catch you off guard. When playing in the dark, you draw 2 cards and choose one. You also have Martial Art. You trained in a martial art, and this made your hands weapons in all respects. Strikes with bare hands inflict exhaustion. Under the Queen category we have Extra Gear. You have an edge in everything you do. Your normal hand is 7 cards instead of 6. You also have Bear Hug. Your hug is soothing. By holding a patient for 1 night, you can remove the first trauma from any characteristic. Under the King category we have Dead Nose. Neurological or physiological damage has deprived you of the sense of smell. This can cause you pain and stress, but also emotional pain or panic when you feel your inability to smell a familiar smell. You also have mental scars, psychosis or mental disorders of any form. When it comes to Joker archetypes, they encompass the character's special abilities, the personal path they have traveled to rise above. Every character is unique as they begin this journey. It is the reason why this journey has started at all. During creation, all characters receive a Joker, which the player will add to their deck. The color of the Joker is not important. This represents, in addition to the uniqueness of the character, their particular career in the world of the gear. Each archetype offers the player fundamental aspects of the character's background, as well as the list of gear skills to add to the sheet. In place, the Joker will always be worth 1 success, regardless of the suit that determines the success for the skill in which you are playing. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to start looking at the professions or archetypes of this RPG. So you use these cards to build everything about your player character. You're going to see how your character has some extraordinary abilities and traits, but also some glaring weaknesses in the case of the King cards. This adds a lot of depth to your character, but at the same time, there will be some mechanical benefits and disadvantages. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.